everybody, welcome to the Mountain Bike Domain channel, and in this video I'm going to be explaining how to do some really important mountain bike skills for trails, and also just general mountain biking and some tricks that you may not know and fun things to do on the trail. So first of all, you're going to want to get a good helmet. So for example, this helmet, it's really nice. It has breathing holes. Well, I say breathing holes. It aerates your head so you don't get hot as fast. The straps are really adjustable. There's a nice light on the back, a nice visor. And for mountain biking, getting a good helmet is really important. Because when you crash, you usually crash bad. So it's nice to get a nice protective, breathable helmet. Second is to get some nice gloves. So that are nice and grippy. Like these are football gloves, but they work great for mountain biking and all that stuff, going off jumps, all kinds of wheelies and stuff. They work great. They grip the handlebars well. So also, there's also MTB gloves. I don't have a pair, but good gloves are also really important. Even when it's hot outside, it's still good to have gloves to keep your hands also safe if you fall too, you know? So like these have these. They're not for protecting the knuckles, I don't think, but they do, you know? It's right where the knuckles go, and they're also really comfortable. That's another thing. Be comfortable when you ride. Another thing is good shoes. So like these shoes have really nice grips on the bottom, which is really important because your pedals have knobs on them, and your shoes need to grip those knobs, and if your feet slip off the pedals, that's not good. But also, don't get clipped pedals, because then your feet will not be able to come off when they need to. So that's why to get good shoes, so you can get the clipless pedals and still have your feet secure. And also, a pair of shoes like this is really comfy. So everybody, the last thing is a good bike is very important, especially for mountain biking. Make sure you have good suspension, not too soft. I have to say though, my suspension is pretty soft, which is not good. I'm probably going to get new forks for it. But, for example, the Fox Float RP3 is a really good suspension, so I'd recommend a suspension like this. It may be really expensive, but it's worth it. If you have one of those like cheaper Walmart bikes, I broke mine in like a month, for example. So you really need to make sure to get a good bike. Another thing is, I'm 5'1", and I have 26-inch tires, and if you notice, the bike is bigger. And has really wide handlebars, and that's very important. Big tires are extremely important for mountain biking. So make sure you get nice wide handlebars so you can go around turns easily, not too wide, and bigger tires. So now we're gonna get into the tutorial part. Enough chit chat. So first we're gonna do front wheel lifts. Those are the most important skill for mountain biking, and it's also the best for starting. So here is how to do a front wheel lift. So make sure you get a nice, good, even, flat space. And then, first of all, just try your skills. Lifting your front tire without anything. Just casual front tire lift. Maybe try it over a line or something good. So after you do that, now we are going to work on weight shifting. So just bring your back, get your hips behind the seat, and not too far back, but just a little far back, like around here, just behind and over the seat. Okay, so now after that, we're going to add a pedal stroke. So do your front wheel lift, a weight shift, and a pedal stroke all at the same time. Okay? Let's try it. See how much better that was? Alright. So after you got that nailed, make sure you can get your front tire pretty high off the ground before you continue watching this video. So a back wheel lift is pretty similar to a front wheel lift with the weight shifting, but there's going to be no pedal stroke. A pedal stroke actually makes your back tire go down, unlike the front tire. Because think of it, a pedal stroke makes your bike go forward, and also think of it, torque makes the front go up, just like on a dirt bike. So if you get torque, it's going to be pushing your front end up and your back end down, which is not what we want. We want the opposite. Now we are actually going to do the back wheel lifts. Now those aren't as practical on the trail, but they can be really practical for other things. Okay, so again, we're going to do weight shifting. So we're going to come like over the area where the wires are attached to the frame, about like right there, aligned with your tire. We're going to put your hips there and grab our front brake, but make sure you're not going too fast. So just put your hips there and grab your front brake and keep going. But make sure that your back tire doesn't go anywhere. We're just going to practice coming up, slowly grabbing your front brake and keep going. So after you think you can do that at a pretty high speed without your back tire going anywhere, now we're going to practice on lifting your back tire. So what we're going to do is we are going to do the weight shift and grab the front brake and do a scoop. So what a scoop is you can practice this not on your bike. So what you do is you stand on the side of your bike, hook your pedal, foot on your pedal, grab your front brake, and push up. And just practice that for a long time until it feels like you can do it on a bike. Get some nice reps on it. Now we're going to try it on the bike and combine all those things. Weight shift up front, front brake, and lift and a scoop with your feet. But make sure the power of your scoop comes from the foot in the back, which is your dominant foot. So if your dominant foot is the right foot, make sure your right foot is behind the left foot. And if you're left-footed, then make sure your left foot is behind your right foot. So now we are going to try it. And you may be like, wow, that was barely off the ground. But that's perfect. You don't want to go way up on your first one, because that's completely going to throw you off. So don't really try that much on your first one. Just make sure you can lift your back tire up a little bit before you continue on. Now once you get good, you can try it full and try with all your skills and then grab that front tire and shove it up with that scoop. But also, if you get high and you feel like you're going to go over bars, just put all your weight back like the front wheel lift, except as far back as you can get it. And that will get your back tire down, because your weight is going to be putting it down. And also let go of your front brake too if you get too high. So let's try that. So now you're going to try it without the front brake. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. So now you're just going to go up without your front brake, come around, again, no front brake, and just knock out reps. And eventually you'll just get super good. So finally, what all these skills are going to lead up to is a bunny hop. And a bunny hop is actually really important in mountain biking, especially for going big off jumps and going over stuff on the trail and stuff like that. So this time you're going to do a front wheel lift without a pedal stroke and a back wheel lift without your front brake. And you are going to just lift up the bike into a bunny hop. Now you may be discouraged at first, because it's like this tiny thing, and your tires are getting like this much above the ground. And you're like, what? Trust me, mine was way worse than that. You gotta just practice and practice and practice, and still I'm not the best at it. I still gotta keep practicing and stuff. And just as the saying is, practice makes progress, or practice makes perfect. But there really isn't perfect in mountain biking. There's always room to improve. So just keep trying that over and over again. And please comment down below if you're having any troubles. I promise to write back to you. I'm very diligent about responding to comments. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I can even make a special video about it if enough people have the same problem. So yeah, we'll see you on the next portion of this video. First thing is to raise your seat. First thing is to raise your seat.